Hi guys and welcome to another Hero of the Week. This week's hero is a lady called Sam, who called into Sheila Fogarty's show on LBC following another caller who had said that they were appalled by the striking workers. Sam delivered an amazing defence of the workers and attacked those who the right-wing media don't want you talking about, the private companies and their senior management, who have taken in millions both in government handouts and in profits while workers struggle to pay their bills and feed their families. Take it away, Sam.
Sam has called from Bromsgrove. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Sheila. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, whose side are you on, if you've chosen one?
Let me tell you why I called. You had a lady a minute ago saying she's absolutely appalled by the strike action. I would like to address this. This is reflection of a very ignorant British public that, having done their homework before coming on to speak to you, with 4 million in subsidy in 2014 in taxpayers' money, Northern Rail paid £36 million in dividend. That's appalling. Then you had rail firms in 2019, up for 6 years, paying $1 billion of shareholders' dividend while putting prices up by 36%. That's appalling. In 2021, the Network Rail CEO, Andrew Haines, took home over three times the salary of the Prime Minister in this country, £585,000. That's appalling in 2021. In Chief Financial Officer took £415,000. That's appalling to that woman who called you. Do you want me to carry on? I can carry on. She's appalled with a station controller who's getting £20,000, for God's sake. This is a brainwash. I mean, come on. And then the cleaner who works in Avanti, who's getting a minimum wage, just above minimum wage, with hardly any sick pay whatsoever, a company that has taken in 2021 a share of 11 billion of taxpayers' money to keep it going, and has paid in 2020 11 million of our money in dividends to its shareholders. That's appalling.
Wonderful. Well said, Sam. This whole idea, and what's happened during the pandemic was the government handed over cash to private companies to continue to operate. And these private companies pocketed the cash. They handed it out as dividends to their shareholders, and their senior management made a killing while workers continued to struggle.
For someone to call and say they're appalled with the strikers, it's an absolute disgrace. And I come from a business background. In my small business, I look at my expense, I look at the people who are bringing me the money, the payroll, and then I look at the profit. I don't every single year put profit before people and then want to expand it and squeeze the people. That's appalling.
Profit matters in business, though, Sam. I mean, I'm not taking away from the points you've just made there, but, profit matters in business, does it not?
Why does Sheila Fogarty always have to come up with some stupid response? Sorry, I'm a fan of certain people on LBC. I used to be a fan of Sheila Fogarty, but she comes up with ridiculous responses. Profit, the dividend comes out of the profit. So if a company hasn't made a profit, it doesn't give a dividend to the shareholders. This is, and we talk about investment and stuff like that. Investment is built in, is taken into account after the profit. Or before profit, sorry. So if you're going to, you say, okay, we're going to invest this amount of money in the company, and then what's left over goes to the shareholders. But what the companies are doing now is they're funneling money to the shareholders, and they're trying to cut back on their workers, either laying them off or not paying them anymore.
Profit matters. You have to make a profit
to pay the people. Yeah.
When I've taken taxpayers' money, why am I giving dividends? Why shouldn't we then, as a capitalist country, let these companies fail when a pandemic hit? Why should we subsidise it? In capitalism, they should have the funds, they should have the reserves, they should sustain themselves, not the taxpayer. There is socialism in this country, heavy socialism for the corporate world, but there's no socialism for the poor person.
All right, Sam.
Well said once again. There's socialism for companies, for corporations, for businesses, but there's no socialism for ordinary people. Businesses are receiving huge amounts of money, and workers are being left on the sidelines. Now, as I said before, the right-wing media will find an enemy, and they want to convince ordinary working people to be angry, not with the corporations, not with the government, not with these managers who are receiving, what was it, 3 times the salary of the Prime Minister? Here's the Daily Mail saying, summer strikes plague spreads, teachers, doctors, binmen, barristers and postmen could join rail workers in heaping walkout misery upon Britain. Trying to separate, these people are not part of Britain, but they're heaping misery on Britain. Once again, the Daily Mail attacking the workers, not actually attacking the management. And then you have Tory MPs, of course, criticising Labour and the striking workers. But if you look at how much MPs have earned over the last decade, in 2010, the average Tory and Labour, but average MP received a salary of £65,000. In 12 years, it went up almost 20,000, 84,000 in 2022. So 65 in 2010, 84,000 in 2022. And then we have this. Grant Shapps, the Transport Secretary, saying, well, this has nothing to do with me. I'm not meeting with the unions because it's not my job.
When did you personally, Transport Secretary, speak to the union that's called this strike?
I write to the union, but I don't typically speak to the union.
I don't want to know about letters. When did you last speak to them?
But I don't typically meet with them. That's right, because it's a red herring.
The RMT responds on Twitter. It says, it's not a red herring, Transport Secretary. It is literally your job. And, Grant Shapps is not the smartest of Tories. And he really walked into this one. If he's sending letters, then he's communicating. He's talking to them. But he won't meet with them. What's the difference? Why won't he meet with them? Because then he would have to take some sort of responsibility. And he doesn't want to do that. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. And once again, congratulations to Sam for being our hero of the week.